My passion is really to focus on how does brain create mind. And this is something I've been interested in since I was about 12 years old, when I used to go to the library and take out very thick books. I found the books of Sigmund Freud and started reading interpretation of dreams and other texts, and became fascinated how mind is a product of brain, very clearly, yet at the time I was reading this, it did not seem to be widely accepted, and people tend to separate the mind and the brain. And I think we're now in an era where that kind of dualism, where the mind and the body are separate, is being overcome. And we're now recognizing that the mind is one of the brain's wonderful products. And we are acquiring the tools now that we can actually study this scientifically. So that's really my fundamental passion. It's been driving me for 40 years. What we've been trying to study at the Tenenbaum Family Center for the Biology of Creativity. And we got together at UCLA a few years back and determined that we could try to study creativity from a biological perspective. And this has a number of implications. One, it meant that we had to define certain key elements of creative cognition or creative thinking that could be the targets of scientific study. Then second, we had to, in order to use all the tools of science, think about ways that we could study creativity that we could look at across different species. So we've started a research program where we're able to look at humans, mice, birds who develop creative songs during adolescence, and humans, in order to study these creative processes and to try to understand their biology. Well, one of the amazing things about research on creativity, like what we're doing at the Tenenbaum Center, is that we will one day be equipped with an understanding of how our genetic code is working and producing individual differences in our brains, and how the brain systems are working, so we'll know how to effectively manipulate those bits of our brains and those systems in our brain in a systematic way. For today, before we have enough knowledge to utilize those kinds of tools, genetic tools, tools about our detailed neural circuitry, what I think we need to do is focus on the psychology of creativity, focus on things that we can easily understand, which are our goals for the future. What are the tools that we have available to us today, and think about how to use those the most effectively in the here and now. And I think that there is often a desire to find some other magic bullet, whether it be a drug, whether it be a particular diet, whether it be a particular regimen of exercise. I think that none of these things is a key to crack the creativity code. I think that cracking the creativity code probably requires that you be healthy, get enough sleep, eat well, exercise, and think about your goals. Think about what you really want to do, and dedicate yourself to doing that without fear. Yeah, what I'd like to be able to do is to play Jaco Pastorius' version of Donna Lee on the electric bass. And if I can do that before I die, then I'll die a happy person.